Here it is. Gonna check this place out. That's like pretty much the only thing over here. What is this BS? It's the Pool of Piety, which I don't think we can do anything here now, but it'll be important later. But I figured we would just come here and see what's going on. It will be important later on. The door seems to be sealed with a mysterious power. The mysterious power of Carlton Sheets. He sealed it. Nobody really knows why. 'Tis an eternity I have waited. The light which once illuminated these lands hath long since been extinguished, and still I wait. Do I look like a waiter? But I have faith that all is not in vain. Nay, one day my duty shall be fulfilled. You said duty. I have faith that the ruins in which the Almighty sleeps shall one day be discovered. Aye, when the sacred stone spoken of in legend is brought here, I shall know that it is time. Yeah, so this will be important later on. Though there are those who seek to destroy the Almighty, know that his power and grace are eternal. He has bequeathed to his chosen people the ultimate miracle, the ability to one day reawaken him. We, the Holy Order of the Almighty, do solemnly vow to guard the secret of his revival for all eternity. We patiently await the day when the bearer of the sacred stone shall appear, and the sun shall rise on a new era. Huh. Well, that's all for now. We'll be back here later on. Quite a bit later on, I think, but, you know. And now we've officially completed the Faraday pedestal. And because of that, we can now send another person to the Haven. But we need to head back to Emberdale. The bar in Emberdale, to be more specific. Just gotta remember which one that is. I see my ship, I see my ship, I see my ship. I didn't say shit. Quiet down, people. What's wrong with you? You know what you're talking about. Alright, which one is Emberdale? I think it's the one all the way... It might be the one north, I'm not sure. Not really sure, honestly. We'll have to check that. We'll have to check that. Checks and balances and such. Do 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 do. It's a battle! An easy battle. Death Cargo and Scarfish. You don't have to freeze everything. We can't all be proctologists, you know. We really can't. Except for Doc Sigma. I think he can be. But I think he's like the only one that can. It's pretty ridiculous, honestly. I'm not sure if this is the right island. It may be, it may not be. We'll have to go there and find out. Hopefully it's Embervale. Otherwise, courage. Do-do-do-do-do. The wet kisser gets up and looks over expectantly. He just wants to be looked after. So we sent him to Monster Meadows, which of course we can't do anything with right now. Yeah, I think this is the right place. We can disembark right at the town. That's pretty semi-sexual. Not gonna lie. Emberdale! We want to head to the bar. Doo-doo. No, not the inn. I think there's an actual bar, isn't there? Isn't there? Is this it? No, no, no. That's no good. That's the church. Where's the bar? There we go. We want to talk to this stupid-looking guy. Garhar, it ain't half hot here. I'm melting, I swear. If only I could find a cool spot with a nice fresh breeze. Tell him about Carrie's community building initiative? Yes. Garhar, now that sounds like a place I could live. It sounds a darn sight cooler than that hot spot anyway. The name's Golodon. It would be super cool to see you again once I reach my new home. I'll give you something to say thanks. So now we want to head back to the Haven, and we'll get a little something-something. A little something-something before we head to the next area. Of course, we're probably going to save that for next time, but, you know how it is. I just, like, accidentally walked into a house. Like, how does one even do that? That doesn't even make sense, man. How do you accidentally enter a door? Come on, man. I'm Dan Rather. CBS News. Courage. Do 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 do. Ba-dum bum. I'm boarding the ship. Slowly, quietly. You know what I'm talking about? It's a battle! An easy battle! Do 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 do. Dun dun dun. No, it's not where we're going. We interrupt this broadcast of Lancer Stream to bring you breaking news. Jack was caught at a local subway causing trouble by peeing in the mustard. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Here's where we want to be. Yes, indeed. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Alright, now we want to talk to the chef, wherever he may be. Maybe he's in the bar. I don't even know. There he is. He actually is. What a loser. He's in the download bar. Har har, it's you, the ones who told me about this place. Well, I couldn't take the heat, so I got out of the kitchen, and it's the best thing I ever did. This breeze is a lifesaver. Here, let me give you a little something to say thank you. And we get the Demon's Dome tablet. Oh, wow, that is a thing. I picked up the odd, tasty tidbit of information on my travels, you know. For example, on the way here, I came across a young man who was desperate to find a place where he could sing at the top of his lungs. Last I heard, he was on his way to some town full of machines or something. Interesting. So we got a tablet. Doo-doo-doo. Which is actually not in your inventory. I think you can see it somewhere. Traveler's tablets. Tablets received. Demon's Dome from Golodon. These are all the ones we got. Demon's Dome. Kingfisher Colloquy. Aborigine Cave. Slime Tree Forest. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Alright. So that's fun times. Not sure if we can save here, can we? This looks like a church. Alright, I guess we can save from this little pool expert. But as usual, we're gonna go ahead and do the story so far stuff. Oh my god, that is a lot of stuff. An air of elegance. The party's latest destination has a rather refined air about it. What's the story behind this place? Well, there's only one way to find out. No riffraff allowed. Our heroes make their way to Faraday Castle, but it seems that certain conditions have to be met before they can be allowed inside. Perhaps some of the local soldiers will be able to explain. A test for the best. It seems that Faraday is busy hiring as many mercenaries as it can muster. And unless they can become mercenaries too, the friends won't be allowed into the castle. They undertake the necessary trials. And pass with flying colors. They're now free to explore the castle. Automaton invasion. Having become mercenaries in his employ, they decide to pay a visit to King Faraday himself. The king is rather troubled by the thought of having to rely on foreigners for assistance. But he has little choice. His kingdom is under attack by a horde of mechanical beings, and he needs all the help he can get. Impressed by the king's desire to defend his domain, the party agree to do whatever he asks of them. Under Captain's orders. Thaddeus Goodwinding, captain of the castle guard, tells the party to meet him in the officers' mess. It seems he wants to talk tactics, and is keen for our heroes to be part of the discussions. Oh, there's discussions! Oh no! Oh dear God, no. We can't freaking have that. The briefing begins. Discussions of how to counter the automaton threat get underway. According to Captain Goodwinding, the village of Frobisher is the kingdom's last bastion, and if it falls, that will spell the end for everyone. Alas, the army is sorely under-equipped and understaffed, and facing off against the robotic raiders looks to be almost impossible. Desperate for solutions, Captain Goodwinding asks the assembled soldiers if they have any ideas, but they do not. It's too bad, really. Let's ask the inventor. One of the soldiers at the meeting suggests asking a man by the name of Autonomous, a local inventor, for assistance. But Captain Goodwinding takes the suggestion very badly indeed, and storms out of the meeting like a little crybaby. The mercenaries' first mission. Promptly, Wallop gives the party their first assignment as soldiers, sending them to ask Autonomous for assistance. The inventor in question appears to reside at the Royal Institute of Autometry, which is located to the west of the castle. It's not their fault. The gang arrive at the Royal Institute of Autometry and request Autonomous's assistance as ordered. But not only does he say no, he also expresses sympathy for the automata the army is up against. In his opinion, the automata aren't to blame for the kingdom's woes. The party return to the castle with a flea in their ear and a warning for Captain Goodwinding. He's not to send any more messengers. Uh-oh. A dull new duty. The party returns from their trip to the Royal Institute of Autometry and immediately head for the officers' mess. Just as they're telling Promptly Wallop that Autonomous isn't going to help out, Captain Goodwinding appears. The captain seems unsurprised at Autonomous's refusal to help. Apparently, he knows the inventor well, better than almost anyone, in fact. With their first military mission accomplished, albeit not entirely successful because they're full experts, the party are then given their next assignment. Lookout duty. They are to relieve the soldier currently on watch in the guard tower. The fall of Frobisher. The village of Frobisher has fallen to the automata. There really is no time to waste now. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Despite his earlier reluctance, Captain Goodwinding decides he must ask for Autonomous's help again. Our heroes in tow, he sets out for the Royal Institute. Autonomous remains unmoved. The others return to the Royal Institute of Autometry and once again ask Autonomous to save the kingdom from certain destruction. But despite Captain Goodwinding's impassioned pleas, he refuses to help because he sucks. Humans are all bound to die sooner or later, he says. Autonomous seems completely unmoved by the kingdom's plight and utterly unwilling to help. Surely there must be a reason for his awful attitude. The curmudgeon comes round. An automaton at the Royal Institute of Autometry, but it seems to be damaged somehow and simply grinds to a halt before our hero's very eyes. The sight of the motionless machine seems to pique Autonomous's interest, and with Captain Goodwinding's help, he carries the contraption inside the Institute. On the orders of the captain, our heroes return to the castle. We're under attack! They return to Faraday Castle to find it besieged by hordes of automata. They cannot be allowed to breach the castle walls. 2 arms! Automata behaving badly. The party fights off one automaton, then another, and then another. There are hundreds of them. But just as things start to seem hopeless, our heroes hear a strange noise, one which causes the automata to behave very oddly indeed. What in the world could be happening to them? They probably saw the photograph video and went nuts. Retreat of the robots. It turns out it was Autonomous who made the automata go haywire. He managed to rewire the broken down robot's neural matrix so it transmitted a signal that drove all the other automata completely crazy. And the mechanical men are now under the command of whoever controls that signal. The army of automata withdraw from the castle, but the battle against them will not be won until their stronghold has fallen. The party are ordered to rest up in preparation for a briefing with Captain Goodwinning first thing in the morning. They retire for the night full of anticipation and excitement. A strategy for the stronghold. The party attend another tactical briefing at Faraday Castle. The robot that Autonomous rewired will allow them to infiltrate the automaton stronghold. Vince Russo went live. But there is considerable concern about the mechanical marauders mounting a counterattack while the army is away from the castle. As such, Captain Goodwinning decides that the best solution will be for his soldiers to guard the castle while our heroes assail the stronghold. The party are given time to prepare and are told to report to Captain Goodwinning when ready. You'll find us in Frobisher. Our heroes are told by Captain Goodwinning to rendezvous in Frobisher en route to the automaton stronghold. He and Autonomous will be waiting for them there, storming the stronghold. They finally arrive at the automaton stronghold. Able to rely on Ellie's disruptive signal transmission to disable the guards, they head deep into the base in search of the automaton leader. Deposing the dictator. They defeat the Tinbot dictator who was leading the automata. Before taking his leave, he tells them that he was sent to this world on the orders of the Demon King, and asked with dragging humanity into the depths of despair. Tasked, not asked, what the beep. Unfortunately for him, our heroes weren't going to let that happen. But the Tinpot Dictator's not done yet. He summons the most powerful automaton of all, who promptly crushes him underfoot. Will our heroes fare any better in battle against this mechanical monstrosity? Maybe, maybe not. Automata ra for now. Thanks to the party's efforts, the automata have been beaten, and the kingdom is peaceful again at last. They decide to head back to Faraday Castle right away and give Captain Goodwinning the good news. A right royal reward. The party returned to Faraday Castle for an audience with the king. Captain Goodwinning is also waiting for them. He thanks them for their efforts and asks them what they would like by way of a reward. Autonomous is also offered a reward, but he isn't interested. He heads home to the Royal Institute of Autometry with Ellie in tow. The party have no such qualms, however, and are very pleased to accept an ornate poison moth knife as payment for their efforts. Once their audience is complete, our friends decide to pay a visit to the officers' mess. Mercenaries no more, 'cause we were fired. The battle against the automata is over. The party are relieved of their duties. You said duty one more time. As mercenaries and are richly rewarded for their efforts. The name of the robot. The party overhear Autonomous talking to the Princess of Faraday. It seems his beloved automaton is named after the princess's sister. It sounds as though she and Autonomous had a very close relationship, although the details aren't clear at this stage. Faraday's conflict-free future. The scars of the long conflict against the automata are nowhere to be seen in modern-day Faraday. Ellie's still active. They pay a visit to what was once the Royal Institute of Autometry, where they come across Ellie, who's still in full working order. Revolutionary research. The party go to pay their respects to King Faraday VII. He informs them of the groundbreaking research taking place in his kingdom. Perhaps some of the people in the castle will be able to fill our heroes in on the details. A find in the Forbidden Land. Reports have reached the castle that an ancient automaton has been discovered in the region to the west of the castle known as No Man's Land. King Faraday seems absolutely delighted by this news and sets out to investigate the discovery with some of his soldiers in tow. An anxious Ambrose. Just as King Faraday and company are about to depart, an old man appears, who had previously crapped his pants on the way to the castle. His name is Ambrose, and he seems desperate for the king to stay away from No Man's Land. King Faraday is not to be dissuaded, however, and sets off regardless. But Ambrose really does seem rather worried. An errand for Ambrose. Ambrose informs the party that the cape to the west of Faraday Castle has been off-limits for as long as anyone can remember. Absolutely no one is allowed to go there under any circumstances. Unable to catch up with King Faraday and stop him, Ambrose asks the party to do so on his behalf. Our heroes head west without further ado, but can they catch up with the king in time? Probably not. Historical histories. Hysterics, not histories, what the beep? It turns out that the old Institute of Autometry is slap bang in the middle of No Man's Land. There's no sign of the king when they arrive, but they bump into him just as they're leaving. They must have overtaken him at some point. The sight of Ellie gets King Faraday very excited indeed, and he orders his soldiers to take her back to the castle. Before leaving, the king says a quick prayer for autonomous Goodwinding, whose skeleton still lies on the bed. Ambrose and the Clink. They follow the king back to Faraday Castle on Twitch. When they get there, they are told that Ellie is to be dismantled and analyzed for the benefit of the kingdom. Ambrose rushes to the throne room and urges King Faraday to return her to where he found her. It seems he knows something about this situation that no one else does. But when he refuses to share, King Faraday throws him in jail. Who's ready to go to jail? What can the party do to get Ambrose and Ellie out of trouble? Ambrose and Ellie. Our heroes manage to find a way to talk to the imprisoned Ambrose. Amongst other things, they learn that he is a descendant of their old friend Captain Goodwinding. It also transpires that Ambrose has long known about Autonomous and Ellie, and over the years has made many visits to No Man's Land to ensure that they remain undisturbed. This is why he's desperate to return Ellie to her rightful home. Unfortunately, one of her most important parts has been removed, and she's currently out of commission. Apparently, the part can be found in Frobisher, so Ambrose asks the party to go and get it. His granddaughter, who lives there, should know more. X marks the spot. Ambrose's granddaughter tells the party where to find the treasure they're looking for. It's buried under a barrel near the stream, apparently. Unearthing the parts. The party finds the globular pistotron buried exactly where Ambrose's granddaughter said it would be. They immediately head off to tell Ambrose the good news. To Ellie's aid. After delivering the globular pistotron to Ambrose, the party agree to go and help him get Ellie out of trouble. You know, because Jack's probably involved. Word is it that she's currently at the laboratory at the front of the castle. Ellie phone home. Ellie's workings have been tampered with to a terrible extent, but Ambrose is able to repair all the damage done. But as soon as she's switched on, she spots Ambrose and mistakes him for Autonomous. Desperate to get him home and filled with soup, the affectionate automaton quite forcefully tries to march him back to the Institute, and at that very moment the king and his soldiers appear. Mistaking Ellie's attempts to help Ambrose for an all-out assault, the guards jump in and attack her. Before long, the rusty old robot is collapsed on the floor, looking very sorry for herself. When he finally understands what has happened, King Faraday vows to restore her to her rightful place. And so after Ambrose has completed the necessary repairs, Ellie is returned to the Institute of Autometry where she has lived for so many years, and where she can continue to make soup for the long-since departed Autonomous Goodwinding. All round to Ambrose's. The sight of Ellie back where she belongs is a huge relief for Ambrose, who is very grateful to the party for their help. He asks that they visit him at home before leaving the kingdom. Mechanical thank yous. Ellie is expressing something that seems a lot like gratitude. Maybe automata have hearts after all. Maybe. X marks the spot again. The party visit Ambrose at his house and receive a tablet fragment from his granddaughter. Apparently she dug it up near the old man's secret hiding place. With their new treasure in hand, our heroes are all set to head for a brand new island. Oh boy, but that won't be till next time. Ha ha ha. CES 106, it is time for Stump the DJ. Ask me a general knowledge trivia question. If I can't answer it, you win. Let's go to the phones. What is the Viking emblem? Oh wow, oh wait, it's a ship. That's correct. That's a ship with a P, just in case. And such. Alrighty then. I guess you can't save here. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid, man. forgot that. For some reason, it does not let you save here. So we gotta go back to wherever. Back to the island and such. Because you can't save here. It's just not allowed. It's just not allowed. Do. Dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Disembarking here. Do. That chest we still can't get. Because we need a certain key. A certain key, man. Do we need to stay? Do we need to stay? Do we need to stay? I don't think so. But we're gonna drop a save, and we're gonna call it a stream here, because I'm like freaking tired as beep. So next time we'll head to the next area, the next island, the next what have you. So thanks everyone for stopping by. And I shall see y'all next time. Good stuff. Almost a 6-hour stream. Holy crap on a shit, bitch. Damn.